Hey guys, I'm so sorry about the video from yesterday. I don't know why the sound wouldn't work, so I'm gonna try to re-record all of this. First of all, I wanted to apologize for obviously not being there. It was not my intentions to be sick and not be able to be there, but just try to give your substitute grace and also give me grace. I'm doing the best I can. I have to be kind of locked down in my bedroom the whole time, so it's not very fun for me, trust me. So what I wanted to do real quick is just kind of show you what our project is going to be. We are going, and you might have flipped through it yesterday, but we're going to be doing a watercolor Zentangle drawing. So I'm going to go through this quickly. I went over this in the 11-minute video yesterday that you were supposed to watch, but the sound didn't work, which is just great. Okay, so here's the video for today. Typically in our projects we've done projects have to do with line. So our dragon eye, that had to do with line. Then we moved to color with the color wheel, positive, negative space drawing. You should have finished your grid drawing. And by the way, your grid drawing needs to be glued down onto black paper and hung up in the hallway. Side note. And then now we're moving on to space, okay? So with space, we're wanting to make sure that we fill the page with space. With this watercolor Zentangle drawing, you can tell that the cityscape stretches from end to end, and then in the front kind of looks like a water a little bit, and then back looks more like a sunset, which you guys can watercolor this however you would like, but I did just want to explain that's how this one uses space. So we're going to go back up to here. We're not going to worry about the watercolor techniques yet. I'm going to actually be showing you those at some point. So we're going to kind of skip over some of the watercolor techniques, even though they are super cool. And I promise we are going to do all of these. I just want to do these with you because they are really fun. So some of the watercolor techniques, you can use salt, tissue paper, rubbing alcohol. Excuse me, that was sorry. Rubbing alcohol, crayons, oil pastels, pen and ink, water drops. You can do splatter paint. You can do transparency, all the above. But we're not going to worry about the watercolor techniques yet. I think we'll probably do these. I'll be back Monday. So my last quarantine day is Friday, so I'll be able to be back Monday. So anyways, back to the doodling. So most of you finished the Zentangles, and this says, do you doodle? So with this article, I'm gonna go ahead and click here just for a second so you can see it, but it's just kind of funny. It's meant to be comical. It tells you what your doodles say about you. So I know a lot of people doodle. So this one's, if you doodle figures of people, it says, if you doodle little people, you probably feel insecure and helpless or try to get away with some of your responsibilities. Drawing simple stick figures indicate that you're emotionally unstable and feel the need to isolate yourself from other people. Oh, that's me, isolating myself from other people. I should be drawing stick people. Oh, all the infamous eye drawers. I know all of you guys are drawing eyeballs, so many of you. So what does drawing eyes say about you? Doodles of eyes represent the inner self of the person drawing them. Big eyes show an outgoing personality. Staring eyes symbolize a feeling of being watched, and closed eyes may indicate a refusal to look inside yourself. I'm just gonna read this one real quick because this is so my brother. People that always draw their signature or their autograph. Signature doodlers are egocentric and arrogant. Yep, that's totally my brother. He used to always do that, and he's pretty full of himself. Doodling your signature often without thinking during a conversation or while trying to solve a problem reveals self-centered personality. Animals. So go ahead and click this and you can look through the rest of these because I'm sure some of you doodle some of these and find what you doodle and then read about and see if it's true for you. All right, so I'm going to go back to this. So everybody should have finished their Zentangle worksheet. What I'm worried about is that a lot of you didn't really take the time to do intricate designs. So make sure you guys were taking your time and doing cool, intricate designs, because this is what we're doing on the inside of our city. So that's why we had to practice. That doesn't mean stripes is not a Zentangle, just basic stripes. You have to actually put in effort to each building. This is a 50-point project, whether I'm here or not. All right, so here are some of the Zentangle ideas, and some of you Googled some of them. That's great. Or some of you maybe saw my example, and you should have done this in Sharpie marker with your Zentangles. And the reason that you do that with Zentangles is because they say that like learning to accept your mistakes is part of the process of Zentangling. So like learning like, oh, I messed up. That's okay. I'm just gonna make it into something else. That's part of the issue, or part of the benefits. So there are 7 actual benefits for Zentangling. Why do they call it Zentangling? I don't know, because basically it's doodling and someone's like, I'm gonna rename it and then I'm gonna sell coloring books for $1 million in this whole new brand new name and everybody will think it's a new concept. No, doodling has been out forever. It's just more about, Zentangling is more like repeating the same shapes. So like doing repetitive patterns. So number 1, it will unleash your creativity. It will make you calmer, which is actually very true. I love like doodling while I'm on the phone. It will make you less judgmental. So like, I think that goes back to like the mistakes part, like knowing like, oh, it's okay if you make a mistake, because it's mindful meditation. So like it does focus your mind and it does calm you down. Your self-esteem will go through the roof. Maybe not for everybody, but we'll see. It's a good way to get out of depression. So like, have you ever seen those like art therapy coloring books and stuff like that? Like a lot of them are Zentangles. And then your kids will benefit from it too. Not your kids, but like if you were a parent and you started Zentangling or doodling, it would make you more stress-free. So, all right. So what you guys are going to be doing is you are going to be drawing a cityscape across the white piece of paper. So one of the things when you're drawing is you need to make sure, here's my other one, is that there is space below here and then a little space above too for the watercolor, because all of this is going to be Zentangle in the inside. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you guys how to measure. Yeah, my art supplies are a little slim here at home, but you're going to use a ruler and you're going to measure 4 inches up from the bottom all the way across. Sorry, my virus, stop. I'm doing a lesson. So you need to measure 4 inches up from the bottom, okay, all the way. So that way you have a nice line here. This is 4 inches from the bottom. And of course, my husband couldn't find me a ruler, so I'm just gonna trace it with this, maybe. And you should not be using a Sharpie. I'm just using a Sharpie so you can see it. So what I would do is once I marked, you're gonna like take your ruler and you're gonna measure up 4 inches. I would do like 1 here, mark 4 inches. You don't have to write number 4, you're just making a dot, 4, 4. And then you're gonna connect the dots all the way across, okay? So then you'll have a line, which is what we call a horizon line. Now I can't do this right now because I can't have anybody hold my paper. But if I had a line all the way across. So once you have your line all the way across, then you need to start figuring out what type of city you want to do. So you want to do a bunch of individual buildings. So like, see how my buildings are all individual like this? That's what you want. You want overlapping with your buildings. They have to overlap. And same like here too. See how these are all overlapping or all touching? That's pretty much what you want. You could include a bridge. So here's like some different bridges. In both of my different examples, I included a bridge. 2 different ones. If you want to do like a specific city, like you want to do Paris or something, then Google this word right here, silhouette, silhouette. That is an important word when trying to get basic outline of images. So you could Google like New York City silhouette or something like that. But either way, see how like right up here, these are all like just one big blob. You still need to have individual lines for your buildings. Oh my gosh, did I just write on that? Okay, whoops. You need to make sure you still have individual lines, okay? So what I want you to work on is with your long white piece of paper that hopefully somebody got out for you. You're gonna measure 4 inches from the bottom and draw a line with a ruler. Then you're gonna start adding in your buildings. You need to have them touching and overlapping. You can add in, and you can go back to this PowerPoint for reference, but that's what I want you working on today, is drawing in your buildings with pencil. Let me know or email me if you have any questions.